Hi everybody, welcome back to Kirsty Runs Wild. I am 24 weeks pregnant and 3 days. It is August 9th, 2025. Zachary and I are on the way to Boston for the day to see our favorite comedian, Nate Bargatze. I think it's his last tour to do stand-up, so we're sad but also really excited to see him today. We figured we'd make a little day of it in Boston. So I think we're gonna go to Faneuil Hall and then see the show and then get dinner after, and maybe even go to Mike's Pastry to get perhaps a cannoli, as is tradition for many people being in the North End and having that Italian flair. So we just got back last Friday from our baby moon in Bermuda. So we took a cruise to Bermuda. It was a week long, and we did this cruise before, so we did it about 2 years ago. So we knew what to expect. We knew it was something that we really enjoyed. We both really loved the cruise ship. It's really low stress to plan. About a year or so ago, I was really kind of thinking that for our last big trip before the baby came, it would be something more like international. Well, Bermuda's international, but something more like, I don't know, like we would fly to Italy or like Greece or something and do kind of a really big trip that would require a lot of planning and forethought. But when push came to shove, we kind of planned it a bit too late, and I was already deep into pregnancy, and I was just feeling the anxiety of it all, and just the unknowns and the planning of everything for the baby coming throughout all of pregnancy really had me in a place where I couldn't put any more mental energy into planning for like a huge trip. So we decided to do something familiar to us, something very safe, and something that we knew was going to be just really low maintenance in terms of planning. So also more affordable probably than like the kind of trip that we were thinking before. So the trip was really fun. We ended up docking in Bermuda for 3 days, which was the plan, and it takes about 2 days to get there and 2 days to get back. So you got about 4 days on the boat and then 3 days in Bermuda. And I'm glad I didn't do it any later in my pregnancy, because it was already kind of hard to walk around just having so much extra weight on me. I've gained about 30 pounds so far in my pregnancy, and 30 pounds is a lot for a body when it's not used to it and it builds it so quickly. It's not like the muscle has time to catch up. So I get tired easier, and my hip hurts and my back hurts, and it was hot, which was great. That's what we wanted. It was perfect weather every day. It was hot. It was sunny on the boat and in Bermuda. Zach loves that temperature. He just wishes that it would be all year round like that. For me, it's always a lot too hot. But, I wanted that for this vacation, so it was beautiful. That being said, it was really hard for me because just with the extra heat comes extra sweat, comes harder to move, harder to breathe. I need more water at this time too. So, and I knew all of those things, but when you're on a vacation and you're walking like 15 times more than you even thought you would, it kind of takes you by surprise. And, I was also more pregnant than I had ever been. And, so things shift really quickly, and sometimes I don't really know what I need. And I found that definitely challenging on the trip to continuously just like slow down and meet myself where I was at and communicate with Zach and tell him kind of like what I needed to, because the cruise ship's long, you think you're just on the boat, but it's a lot to walk back and forth if you're like kind of booking it everywhere. But it was really, really fun. Like, the cruise ship does have a limit of 24 weeks pregnant, so you can't be on the cruise ship once you turn 24 weeks pregnant. So we did book it like the very last week we could. So I'm glad we like did that, but I'm glad that it wasn't any further than that. Yeah, it was really cute. We got to know some people on the ship a little bit, and Zach and I like play a lot of games, like do a lot of games on the ship. So they have like little kinds of game shows they'll host in different lounges and also like in the theater, and so we like to participate in those, and in doing that we like meet other people. Sometimes you have to pair up with others to play these games, and that is just kind of like really, really fun. So we also like to go to the free shows every night, and that is a really good time as well. They had like fabulous entertainment this time around on the ship. We saw like an aerialist duo do like kind of Cirque du Soleil type of things. We saw singers kind of performing very cool choreography and dancing, and just almost like a Dancing with the Stars feel. We saw them kind of cover different like 70s rock bands, and yeah, we went to, and we saw comedians. So we went to a show almost every night except for the night that we were, 2 nights that we were in Bermuda. Actually, I think we even went to one that night. But so we like that. He smokes his cigars, and I go to the casino at night almost every night. And yeah, we went to the pool a little bit, but it's really crowded on the cruise ship. So we pretty much did most of our swimming in Bermuda and like the really clear, beautiful water. We found like really cool little like almost private bays that we went into. We also went to Elbow Beach one day. And I went golfing in Bermuda for the second time ever with him, and it was like a little par 3 course, and it was gorgeous. And it was just like, it wasn't even that crowded. Like we were able to really like take our time, enjoy the scenery, and yeah, it was really, really wonderful. So that was probably one of my favorite things that we did. So now we're back, and something else that happened on the trip. So I've been able to feel the baby move in the past few weeks, and that's been just like probably my favorite part of pregnancy, is that I'm feeling him move like throughout the day, you know, in little bursts. And it just like really, for me, has been my favorite part, and I just feel way more connected to the baby and just feel love, and like I'm trying to like push back a little bit, just like push on the spot that I feel him, and then he pushes back, and I don't know if he's like actually responding to me or if it's just random, but they say that they can sometimes like respond back, you know, so I feel like it's really sweet. And so that started to happen more too on the cruise. And so one morning I was feeling the baby kind of move in a very the same spot over and over. So I took Zach's hands and I was like, feel this, like, and he felt the baby for the first time. It was like 23 weeks that day. It was like the day I turned 23 weeks, like it was a Wednesday. So that was really awesome. It was really cool to have that moment to connect, like on our baby moon. So loved that. And recently yesterday had my glucola like gestational diabetes test, just like the initial one, the one that they have you drink like that. Mine was lemon lime, just like that flat Sprite tasting drink. I was fine. I don't know why everybody like goes so crazy about it and says it's gross. It wasn't at all. It was just like a sweet drink. Like, and they have you drink it within 5 minutes, and then an hour later I get my blood drawn. And it has to be like a timely test because they want to see like if your blood sugar spiked and how your insulin's kind of managing it. So did that yesterday. Almost had no problems. When I got to the appointment, the door was locked, and I'm supposed to be there early because it's a timely test, and they were on lunch. So when they came back almost at 1, when I was supposed to be in there, I was like, kind of like, hey, this is timely. Can I like get in there and get checked in? And And they were good about it. They like moved it along for me, and the woman that draws my blood came right out. So I couldn't really ask for anything better in that aspect, but I was like, are you kidding me? Like, am I gonna miss this test right now because they're on lunch? It just seemed very strange, but we made it, and the woman that drew my blood was actually great. She found a vein in a place that like I didn't even know I had veins. It was pretty expert. So I was impressed with that, and so got that done. And then next week I will have a follow-up, just like another OB appointment, and hopefully they'll go over my results then. I mean, I have a couple of risk factors for gestational diabetes, like my mom had it, and like I've been pre-diabetic before. I'm technically, overweight, so like before my pregnancy. So there's just a couple of risk factors that put me in a category that I am kind of more likely to possibly have it than like anybody else. But also I know that everybody's different, every pregnancy is different, and those things sometimes don't matter. So we'll see, and I will update you guys when I get the results back, and we'll go from there. So I think that's all I've got for today. I'm gonna I don't know if I told you guys, but I'm doing prenatal yoga now. So I'm doing that every week. I took the last 2 weeks off because of the trip, but I'll be starting that back up again. I've been to, I think, 4 classes now, so that's been nice. It's on Sunday mornings. It's an hour to connect with the body, the baby, and the community there. There's about 12 women that go every time. It's really cool. So more on that later, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.